Hey, Shine Hunters, Jim Cremella coming at you yet again with another edition of Shot of Espresso. And as is going to be a trend with me over the next few weeks as we continue to build out this amazing resources hub that we are doing for you guys, I wanted to focus today's lesson all about ad creative resources, which arguably is the second most important aspect of all of your marketing efforts. Number one is developing a fantastic product with a phrase that pays, right? Second is add creative resources. So this is already up and available to you guys. You're welcome to go to shineon.com/resources. That'll get you to this hub. And then you can scroll down and click on add creative resources. And this will get you to this page. So there are two main classes of creatives: images and videos. They all serve purposes. Each traffic network kind of has pros and cons to both. Most sellers focus on selling via images first. There's a lot of pros to that. It's faster. You don't have to have a sample. You don't have to pay for a UGC video. You don't have to wait for our internal team to try and make time to get it to you. So it totally makes sense why most people focus on an image ad. So I want to break down I think some of our best selling ad creatives over the last calendar year were indeed image ads. So I want to break down the highlights of it and why it's important and the things that you can try to squeak out higher CTRs to give you cheaper traffic so that you can sell more stuff. So let's break down kind of by the most important components of an image ad, and then we'll go down to video ads in just a minute. Okay. So with the images, what I do and my methodology behind the actual image I use is I take one of our rendered creatives, and if it's one of our top selling necklaces like Interlocking Hearts or Love Knot or Alluring Beauty or Forever Love, they all have this exact same render available to them. If you have one of our newer products like an Eternal Hope, they don't have this specific render to base off of, but they do have something very similar. And the components that I took was, this is a mahogany box. So the image flat out shows the mahogany box itself. It highlights the LED light in the image, but it's zoomed in enough to where you can read the phrase. Okay, so let me say that again. The big components you want to do, number one, is you want whatever image you're going to have, whether it's someone holding the box or whatever, like this hand or single hand or whatever. You want to zoom in as close as you can on the message card itself so that you can clearly have whoever's scrolling on their newsfeed or watching TikTok or whatever, they can clearly read the phrase itself. Okay, you want to make that really easily legible. Next, you want to highlight the box as much as possible so you can show the quality of the box. If you're going to push the mahogany box, which I highly recommend, it's an easy way to boost your AOV by $20 extra, is to highlight and make sure that the light is visible in the image. So you can see I've zoomed in as much as possible until I can see the light. So I didn't cut it off right at the top. You can see the light still there. And then it's as close as possible to make the phrase as easily read as possible. Now we have this call out bar, the I cried reading this. And that's really a scroll stopper. It's not meant to, it's almost like a distraction. It's not meant to sell the product. It's really just to get them to stop and go, well, what did he read or what did this person read that caused him to cry, right? It's a trigger and a stop gap to get you to stop scrolling and go, curiosity, let me go down and read this. So you can try different verbiage here, but I do recommend having some kind of bannered call out here that entices someone to stop scrolling and entices someone to spark their curiosity to get into this particular phrase. A variation that I might try here or would recommend you try would be, would you cry reading this? Or I bet you would cry reading this, right? So it's asking them a question, challenging them directly so that it's like, oh, I bet you I wouldn't, or what do you think what would make me cry? And then they would go down and they would focus on the phrase itself. So calling out this particular banner is very important. It helps with CTR because it does stop your link scroll. All right, so that is your main static image. I would highlight the mahogany box, make sure that the light is focused, zoom in as much as possible to make the message clearly legible, and then add some kind of bannered phrase call out, and I would split test this. A lot of people used last year, I cried reading this. So it may not be as effective as it used to be. I would absolutely split test this part during your creative testing phase, okay? Next, you want to go up to the primary text. That's this line right here. And one of two things, you either want to make an exclamation or ask a question. So imagine your daughter's reaction to this perfect gift, and then sad emoji and this. Or you could even do the exact same phrase. Imagine your daughter's reaction to this perfect gift, question mark. Or what would your daughter's imagine, or what do you think your daughter's reaction would be? Question mark, right? Something along those lines. Single line, nothing crazy around here. Because if you put a real big primary text description and it's really long here, people's attention will go away from the message card itself and into the primary text. So you don't want your primary text to distract from the message card. You want it to like kind of same thing as this banner, right? Is you want them to go to that message card. I cried reading this. Imagine, do you think your daughter would be able to fight back her tears with this awesome gift? Question mark. And then, what is this awesome gift? Let me go read it. Okay, so that is the point of the primary text, is to redirect attention to the product itself. And then hopefully that means that they're reading the card. And the next biggest component here is your headline. Get the perfect gift for your special daughter. Click shop now. On all of my headlines, I have the word get and click shop now. Now, sometimes it says click shop now, get your 50% off. Get yours 50% off, click shop now. Click shop now to get the perfect gift. Okay, I always use the word gift, and I always use the phrase click shop now. In recent split tests, it's shown that if you do the offer in the headline, your CTR will go up compared to this style of headline, which is just get the perfect gift for your special daughter. So literally get 50% off, claim 50% off, click shop now, get 50% off, click shop now, click shop now to get 50% off. Okay, click shop now to get 50% off today. And then obviously you want the button to say shop now. You do not want to use any other button text besides shop now on Facebook or on TikTok. Okay, so always use shop now. All right, so then that is your image ad. If you're going to do a static image, that's your biggest call outs. This is what I would do to highlight and make it easy as possible to redirect attention to the message card. And why do we want all the attention on the message card? Because we are not selling jewelry. We sell emotion. We get people to justify the cost of the emotion by giving them jewelry. Does that make sense? So the phrase is what's the most important part. That's what sells the product. The jewelry piece, the necklace, whatever it is that we're selling, a watch, whatever, that just justifies the cost to get that emotion to the gift receiver of whatever they're buying for, right? So in this case, it'd be daughter. For me as a dad to convey my emotion that I want to convey to my daughter, it's going to cost me $40, $50, $60, $80, whatever it is. And she gets this necklace too. You see that? So that's the proper framing. Okay, so I've written this same thing that we just went over in this video. I kind of just walked through as well doing text callouts. Now, videos. This is let me see if I can make that a little smaller. There we go. Getting all in one frame. Okay, so this is going to be an unboxing photo or unboxing video of, I believe, this same product. So let's go ahead and watch it. Hey y'all, so my daughter is really, really hard to buy for, and I think I did good this year. So I really love to hear what you have to think about it. I love the box, and when it opens up, It's got a light on it already, so I think that's really, really cool. The necklace is beautiful, and I didn't have to come up with the phrase, but I love the phrase. So, to my daughter, never forget that I love you. If I had to choose between loving you and breathing, I would use my last breath to say I love you. Just remember that no matter how near or far apart I am always right there in your heart. You'll always be my baby girl. Love, Dad. So what do y'all think? Do you think I did good this year? She's super hard to buy for. I found this, and I think it's just, I was super impressed with the quality of it. Looks gorgeous. I love the saying. Love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks. Okay. So let's break this down because there's a specific template to all of this stuff. All right. First things first, your typical templates are hook for us, hook, message, product highlight. Okay. Your basic video template, some kind of creative hook, focus on the message, then do something about the product, the box, all that stuff to justify cost. Okay. So hooks can be anything. We've had goofy hooks. We've had serious hooks. I've asked for reviews. What this hook is, this is asking for a review. Hey, y'all. Complete with Jim's redneck voice. So my daughter is really, really hard to buy for. My daughter is really hard to buy for. Okay. So a lot of dads feel that way about gift giving in general. A lot of guys feel that way. It's, I don't know what to get them. I love them. I don't know what to say to them. They're hard to buy for. They seem to have everything, right? So by saying that, it's disarming. I'm making myself the same level as the person watching the video. I struggle finding a gift for my daughter too. I think I did good this year. So I really love to hear what you have to think about it. Ask the question. Now I'm engaging their mind. I am currently 9 seconds in. I created a hook by stating that my daughter's hard to buy for, which automatically disarms them of saying, you know what? My daughter's hard to buy for too. And then I go into asking them for help. So I'm engaging with my audience. Hey, can you give me feedback on this gift? What do you think? Did I do good or not? I love the box. So now in the first 10 seconds, that's my hook. I got myself on their level. I asked for their feedback. Okay. So within 10 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds each, got them hooked in. Now they're like, well, what is this gift? Opens up. It's got a light. Key component here that I think I've learned. I don't have data to back it up yet, but it's one of those feelings. And I usually do pretty good when I have one of these feelings. If you want to really highlight the box subtly and like the benefit of it, I would have lower surrounding light, almost dark. A little bit of ambient light is fine, but going outside and making it bright daylight takes away from the LED effect. It doesn't show, hey, this box is lit. This, it literally lights up. So what I would recommend is when you're shooting your videos, your UGC, is that you have lower ambient or surrounding light versus taking it out in direct sunlight. And this is something that I've really just learned, because even if you saw my open watch video ads, all of those ads were outside because I wanted to like nice, bright, crisp video from daylight. So it's something that I would go back now if I was still running that campaign and split testing that with, well, what happens if I have a darker ambient light so I can leverage that brightness from the LED that's coming from the box. Okay. Then it's real simple. I'm not going to run through this. This is just me reading the phrase till about here. And now the phrase is what pays. So you want to highlight the phrase. Okay. If you're doing a video, you should have a voiceover of whatever phrase you're selling. Bar none, absolutely make sure you have that, okay? If you have a thick accent, hire someone to, so the cheapest way to do voiceovers would be to take your, go into your TikTok ads manager and go into the creative section and do text to speech. And just type out the phrase and allow that robotic female voice to do text to speech. It's not the most ideal. A human voice may perform better. We've tested a lot of it, But if you're looking for a fast and free way to really start testing video with voiceovers, do that. Do the text to speech function on TikTok, because so many people are used to hearing that voice, that it's not strange to them. It's okay that it's a computerized voice. Obviously, we would prefer for you guys to read the phrase in the voiceover. Now, there's a lot of chatter out there that, well, Jim's voiceovers do the best. And I guess there's some data that proves that too. So I went back and I've analyzed, why do my voiceovers do better than other people's? Like what does my voice have, or what's contained within my voiceovers that allows for them to do really well? And I read each phrase as I'm reading a story to one of my kids. I don't know if you guys have kids or not, but if you do, or maybe if you don't, maybe you remember back when you were a little kid and you had stories read to you. And if you have kids, hopefully you read this way too. I read with a lot of inflection and changes in my voice. I do not read in a monotone voice with the same cadence on the same thing so that it sounds very monotonous, right? Like I vary it up. I either go fast, I go slow, I pause on the right words, I give inflection. So never forget that I love you. If I had to choose between loving you and breathing, I would use my last breath to say, I love you. Just remember that no matter how near or far apart I am always right there in your heart. You'll always be my baby girl. Love, Dad. Okay? So it's that it doesn't have to be like super exaggerated, but it's that little bit of, you speed up when you need to, you slow down when you need to, you give a little bit of pause for dramatic effect, you increase the emphasis on certain words, you hit that emotional tie, and that's telling a story of your phrase. It's forcing the emotion that we're trying to convey through this message card onto the person that's watching it. Because ultimately, I, as a gift giver, only care about the emotional response of the person I give the gift to. That's my present. That's my reward for getting this gift. Do I care so much that my daughter gets a cool little necklace? Not really. Why? Because she didn't ask for a necklace, right? It's just something that you thought of, and you want her to feel, you want her to react to make you feel special. That is the whole point of our gifting system, right? It's conveying emotion. So if I, during my voiceover, can help convey the emotion to entice teary eyes, or someone can visualize their daughter reading this like that and really saying it in the way that the voiceover says it, it's an easier sale. Okay? Small nuances lead to big changes. So that's my call out for when you're going to read your message. Make sure, and even when you're typing it out before you do this, say before you when you're designing your phrase and typing it out, or having your designer type it out, or whatever it is, read it out loud. And if it doesn't flow well, change the words till it flows well, right? And it's not reading it to yourself, it's reading it out loud so that it sounds good saying out loud. Because if it sounds good when you say it out loud, then guess what? It'll sound good as a voiceover. Okay, so then the last third of the video is all about the necklace and the box itself. And the box, I push heavy and talk about how cool the box is and the light and all of that, because it's an extra $20 of AOV. So I really want to push that box as much as humanly possible. All right. And that's the breakdown of how we do videos. They're very simple. I challenge you not to do the exact same template as I do. Don't say, if this person's hard to buy for, can you give me feedback? Here's my phrase. Here's the necklace call out. Here's the box call out. Vary up the hook. We had hooks over Q4 that had me walking on the bank of some retention pond with a Santa Claus hat going like this. It worked because it was a distraction. It made you stop trying to flip up on TikTok, right? I just give me your attention for 2 or 3 seconds, and then let me give you a reason why I need your attention for the next few seconds. And then here's this emotional piece, which lasts 20 some odd seconds. And then here's how to justify the cost of it. You really need this gift. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some insight in how we create creatives that leads to consistent winners. Is every design we run a winner? No. Our job is to come up with an idea, give it the best opportunity to win, run ad spend through it. If it works, fantastic, scale it. If it doesn't work, kill it and move on. Our job is failing until we find a winner. If it takes you 30 designs of failed designs, but then you have that one winner will pay you back more than obviously all the losses, but then some, and set you up potentially forever. Okay? I would watch this video at least twice. If I was new, I would watch it at least 3 or 4 times. Specifically, well, I think all of it's really good, but specifically around the voiceover part of it, and writing down the template. Take out some notes. Go back and watch this video again and write out the notes that we talked about on the call out section, right? What is each component? Break this down into segments. Zoomed in on message card. Phrase must be easily read. Make sure mahogany box. Make sure light of mahogany box is visible. Add call out. Split test different words in the call out. Single sentence primary text. Question or exclamation. Make sure offer of % off is in headline. Use get in headline. Use click shop now in headline, right? Break this stuff down. Make it an SOP. Make it step by step. Step 1, this. Step 2, this. Step 3, this, right? Then it's a system. Then all of a sudden you've got, you know for a fact that if you're testing this style of ad or this style of ad, if it doesn't work, it's because of the phrase, not because of the creative. And our goal here is to reduce the number of variables that could lead to a failure. Because if this stuff fails, that means the audience that's seeing it is not resonating enough with the message. We need to change up the message or the background or the necklace, right? But I know that my visual style of my ad is not the reason why. Because between this image and this template, I did over $1 million in sales in Q4 off of this specific product. Okay. And if you're new and you haven't seen a lot of our Shot of Espressos and you don't watch them every week, go back into our Shot of Espresso archives on our group, go to topics and choose hashtag Shot of Espresso and find the Q4 case study I did on this specific product. Okay. You'll thank me. Anyways, that is all I have for you today. Hopefully that was very helpful and you'll get a lot out of this. Please apply the lessons that we teach you. Nothing's going to change if you watch this and then you do the same thing you were doing time and time again, right? So implement what you learn, be consistent, stay committed, and you will get there. You will achieve the dreams that you want. You will achieve the goals that you set. Until next time, stay shiny out there, guys.